As dynamic and thrilling as 2023 was, 2024 has the potential to be even more exciting with hot launches planned throughout the year. So here are the 5 bikes that we think will be the hottest come 2024. Imagine all of the soulful charm of the classic 350 but with a bigger motor. Yes, that's what exactly is planned for 2024 as Royal Enfield is readying the classic 650, the same classic formula but with the 650cc motor. Now this will be the 5th bike in Royal Enfield 650cc platform and it will slot in likely between the Interceptor and the Continental GT 650. However, it is likely that Royal Enfield will use the motor and the frame from the Super Meteor, as the Interceptor's sporty intentions would not work quite as well as the Cruiser's laid-back approach for this sort of a motorcycle. The hardware will be simpler, so you'll get a telescopic fork with metal fork sleeves, the twin shocks at the rear will not be gas charged, and even the subframe will be altered to give you that regal feeling that you associate with classic motorcycles. Now this bike is likely to come around mid-2024 after the arrival of the Shotgun 650 at the start of the year and after perhaps even the Shotgun 350. So classic fanboys, are you ready to upgrade to this larger classic? Do let me know in the comments. The biggest Pulsar yet. Yes, Rajiv Bajaj has confirmed that 2024 will see the Bajaj Pulsar adopting a big motorcycle, the biggest so far, and we think it's going to be the NS 400 and not the SS 400 that was initially shown at Auto Expo quite some time back. We got the RS 200 from that, and as a result we saw that India isn't quite as ready for sporty machines or sport bikes as much. A naked would serve them very well. And no prizes for guessing where this motor is going to be sourced from. However, this isn't going to be the 399cc motor that you find on the new KTM 390 Duke, but it is going to use the previous gen 390 Duke's motor. So the same one that you might also find with the Dominar. However, we hope that the performance tuning is sort of like the Duke. So 373cc, 43.5 bhp and around 37 Nm. And if Bajaj were to stamp its authority once again to make the Pulsar the technologically superior Indian brand that it always was, expect to see some technological advancements on this engine as well. So we can expect something like variable valve timing as well as a quick shifter, something that Bajaj is touted to be working on one of its products. Also, Bajaj have been the masters at pricing their products very well. So expect the same to happen for the Pulsar NS 400 as they might just kill the market with this bike, around rupees 2.5 lakh. The only question now remains, which Bajaj built 400cc bike are you likely to put your money down for? The British one, the Swedish one, the Austrian one, or the Indian one? Now that's something to debate for 2024. An adventure motorcycle that has been in the works for the past 3 years will take its final form as the larger XPulse is on the cards for 2024. Now Hero has announced its Hero World 2024 event for the start of January, and we expect to see this bike or at least some details about this bike to be shared at that event. After all, it was at the last Hero World, which happened in 2020, that we saw the prototype or at least the prototype platform of this very same adventure motorcycle shown to us. Now this bike will be powered by an all new liquid cooled engine which is Dakar-derived, so expected to be great for off-roading as well as great for highway touring, something which currently the XPulse 200 is not quite able to match up. Plus, even the hardware on this bike is expected to be great for an all-round approach. The only question will remain is whether you should wait for this XPulse or you're inclined to go out and buy the Himalayan. That's also something that we'll find out in this year. We should know more about this bike in the coming few weeks, so hit that subscribe button. You would think that the RC390 just received a major overhaul, so isn't it too soon for a new generation to arrive? But the thing is that you need to remember that the new or the second generation RC390 was delayed massively because of COVID-19, and hence the same mistake isn't likely to be repeated, or the same delays aren't expected for this third generation. Now KTM is surely going to be plonking in the 399cc motor from the new 390 Duke into this RC, making it all the more powerful, and even the chassis as well as the hardware updates are going to make it even more serious and even better. It will get rid of that hideous face and go for a even more polarizing love-hate design. Now KTM has had to act pretty soon, because with the arrival of the bikes like the Aprilia RS 457, the title of the sub 400 500cc super sport crown for its motorcycle is under threat. So this bike should definitely help KTM maintain that title or further cement its legacy in this class. Lastly, that's not the only KTM that we think will arrive this year. What we also think is that KTM might just be working on the new updated 390 Adventure. Now this bike was already spotted abroad and it looked nearly production ready. So we won't be surprised if KTM were to showcase the bike come the end of the year and release it in 2025. Now imagine again, Himalayan, XPulse or 390 Adventure. That's a recipe for great adventure riding. Won't you agree? A major overhaul for the TVS Apache RTR 204V has been long in the tooth. The bike has virtually remained unchanged since it was introduced back in 2016, with just small updates provided to the bike over time to keep it relevant. Now what we are expecting is that the RTR 200 will also get the same design influences that we spotted or you can see on the RTR 310, and it will have a more robust handling setup. What we would like TVS to do is somehow improve the motor's capabilities, especially for highway touring. Now whether it uses the same 199cc engine from the current RTR 200, gives it a 6th gear and improves its overall performance, or whether it uses the Ronin's motor, tweaks it massively so that it can sustain those higher speeds better. But what we don't want to see is the Ronin's motor in the same state but with a 6th gear. That is something that we'll avoid, or that should be avoided for this sporty naked. Now expect TVS to also throw in some fancy tech like we've seen on the RTR 310 and even the TVS X. Now this would be a far more rewarding product than TVS making certain revisions to the BMW G310 GS to suit its own core identities. What we would ideally like is TVS to develop its own adventure motorcycle with a better motor. Now will that arrive in 2024? We doubt, but the 200 should definitely get this update. Well, these are the hottest 5. We know that the Royal Enfield Scrambler 650, the Husqvarna Svartpilen 401, the Bajaj Bruiser 125 CNG powered motorcycle and Hero's 400cc Hurricane Naked are also slotted for 2024, thus making it a very exciting year. Which one are you looking forward to the most? Do let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell notification icon, and I will see you soon.